my body isn't as sore as I was expecting it to be after go ball yesterday.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I can still feel it in my thighs and a little bit in my hips, I think, and my arms, but otherwise I'm not as sore as I thought it was going to be either.
What about your knees?
No.
Okay, I feel it there.
No.
But I was expecting it to be worse.
Yeah, but you didn't have any knee pads, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I tried not to be on my knees too much. But yeah, I felt it more because of the areas where I was blocking the ball.
Here's a dumb question for you.
Yeah.
But maybe it requires a little bit of clarification first. We all wore sleep shades yesterday during the game.
Yep.
Which is why I'm asking this.
Okay.
When we had the pause in the game, were you sitting on your knees like I was, or were you were your legs folded?
I was sitting with my I was sitting on my knees and my legs were under me.
Okay, that's how I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't put a lot of pressure on my knees.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why my knees didn't hurt so much, because my knees were I had the knee pads on, and I tried not to be on my knees. Like, now, had I been sitting like in a squatting position, I would have hurt more, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something that just came up in my mind.
What's that?
And I'm not going to say it's okay.
Okay.
But it's something to discuss.
Yeah.
When I went to kindergarten, our teacher told us to fold our legs, and then it was called Indian style.
Yeah, I did that before.
When I started going to self-love classes maybe 8 years ago, a little bit less, one of the people who was running it was also a kindergarten teacher. And one day she said, let's set crisscross applesauce. And there's only a couple people in the class. We're all looking at each other. And she says, it's like Indian style.
Yeah.
Okay. And since then, I've heard that term crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
Before, in relation to how you cross your legs.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to feel about that. Because on one hand, I say this is a traditional term. Now, I don't know. Is that a thing to where when we say Indian style, does that mean East Indians used to sit that way? Or does that mean it's a Native American thing?
I have no idea. I just call it Indian style because it's what I was taught. It wasn't like, oh, I was never told, oh, you shouldn't say that because blah, 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 right? It's not like today where everything seems to be PC all the time. But no, I didn't know. I didn't really think of it, actually. I just sat Indian style with my legs crossed like that on the floor.
I'm going to do some research, because if it's the indigenous people, then we really shouldn't be saying Indian style. But if it's East Indian folk, then I don't see what the big deal is. And I probably should have Googled it, but I
don't see what the big deal is, whether or not it's East Indian or Native American Indians, because it's just, it's just a term.
Yeah, but Native Americans aren't from India.
I understand that, but if we keep on making everything PC, then we'll never say anything anymore.
I hear you, but the thing with that, it's not just that you're being more PC by calling them indigenous people. The other thing too is it's just not correct, right? So it's not geographically correct to call them Indian people. If it was just a PC thing, I'd be on your side, but it's more than just that.
I don't know if it's more than just that. I don't know. It's just a term. It really is. I mean, whether or not Native American people sit like that, or I don't know. I just don't. I don't like splitting hairs like that. You know what I mean?
But how would you like it? Let me give you an example. If I came along and instead of calling you Filipino, I said you're Japanese.
Okay, that's okay. That's kind of an interesting example, but that's not what I'm talking about, though.
It is, though, because you're saying it's okay to... let's back up before we get blow out of control and this turns into a weird situation. If it's Indian style because of East Indian people, I'm cool with it. But if it's Indian style because of indigenous people, we should call it indigenous style. Which, admittedly, doesn't have the same ring to it.
No, it doesn't.
But,
I just... I don't know.
But the reason I don't like using the term Indian is I like indigenous people more. It's not just a PC thing. It's also because it's not a correct thing, meaning historically correct. These people aren't necessarily from India. Now, a lot of people have speculated that indigenous tribes migrated from Asia to North America several thousand years ago. But I don't know if they believe that they migrated necessarily from East India. I think they think it's like a mix.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, little things like that, I just don't know that we should be making such a big deal about it. I really don't.
Yeah, I hear you. And if it wasn't for being so inaccurate, I'd probably agree with you. But we can agree to disagree there, Jaylo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read a book about Bob Hope this week.
Uh-huh.
I think it was called Bob Hope Entertain or something.
Yeah.
Or other. I'm not a huge fan. I can respect the fact that he had such a long career. Excuse me. But I wanted to read it because there's going to be a Bob Hope exhibit coming to the Oregon Historical Society in June.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be fun to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's an interesting person. He lived to be 100.
Mm-hmm.
Does my voice sound weird?
No.
Okay, good. It sounds weird to me for some reason.
It doesn't sound weird to me. I think you're okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
He was married twice.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to hide his first marriage.
Wow.
His second wife and him were married for 69 years. This is a good number.
That is a good number.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's a good number, and I'm talking about not why you think it's a good number.
Oh.
I think it's a good number. I have a feeling why you would think it's a good number, Bubs.
He cheated a lot during their marriage.
During the second wife?
Yes.
Him and his second wife, okay.
Exactly. He was with a lot of different women up until the 1980s.
Wow.
And by that point, he was in his 80s. I didn't know a couple of things. One, that he cheated. I assumed that, but, I wasn't there. And still I wasn't, but I read a book. But I was unaware that he's from Britain.
I wasn't aware of that, too. When you told me that, I said, really?
Yeah, because I just assumed Bob Hope was like an all-American dude. But he spent the first 5 years of his life in Britain.
Oh.
And eventually came over here with his family.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bunch of different siblings, of course. Great businessman.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately was very good friends with Richard Nixon. At least that's what is implied in the book. And very pro-Vietnam War. Like, not just the soldiers actually thought we should have been in Vietnam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even though, according to what you found out about Lyndon Johnson, he lied about it?
Lyndon Johnson lied to escalate things in Vietnam with the Gulf of Tonkin incident, which apparently never happened.
Right.
It's not just that he, altered a few details here and there. He made the whole thing up, or his speechwriters did, and he went along with it. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good book. I still wouldn't call myself a huge fan, but I'm more excited about the exhibit. What do you think about this?
Well, I'm glad you took the time to learn about his career and his business ventures and his marriages and stuff like that. Because I really didn't know anything about him. I didn't even know that he was born in England.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me tell you a quick story about Bing Crosby that's in the book.
Yeah.
So apparently, I don't like Bing Crosby as a human being. I've never met the man, but he sounds like a horrible person.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the laid-back, nice guy on TV or movies like everybody wants to think he is, and it's really disappointing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's very disappointing because a lot of families watched his movies, and then you hear about him beating his kids, and it's no wonder why a lot of them died from drug overdoses and things of that sort, and they all kind of went by the wayside, and it was terrible.
It was, but he wasn't just an asshole to his own family. He also hated his fans. apparently Bob Hope tried to answer a lot of his fan mail, right?
Mm.
And him and Bing Crosby worked together on a number of different movies. I have some salt in my nose. Okay, I just sucked it in. And you probably didn't need to know that.
No, I didn't.
I want to say this story happened in like the late 40s, 50s, somewhere around then.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Hope is hanging out with Bing Crosby, and they're talking about fan mail, or Bob Hope's trying to write back a letter to one of his fans. And Bing Crosby says, "You want to know what I do with fan mail?" Bob Hope is like, "Okay, what do you do?" Bing Crosby picks up a letter that's addressed to him. There's a quarter in it. He takes out the quarter, puts it in his pocket, takes the letter, crumbles it up, and throws it in the garbage.
And what was Bob Hope's reaction?
They didn't really have a reaction, but what they also said later in the book is that when Bing Crosby died, that they were they worked together for business reasons, but they didn't really associate that much outside of work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's even more disappointing to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Someone took the time to write a letter addressed to their favorite celebrity, and they just take the letter and throw it out as if it never existed.
But they'll take money from the letter. And I'm not a Pollyanna. I understand that a celebrity isn't going to write back letters to all of their fans. That's not realistic. And obviously you're going to have to throw those letters away. But maybe you don't have to be such a dick about it to where you just crumple up the letter in front of somebody just to show that you can. And in a subtle way trying to convince him, because the dude you're doing it in front of is also a celebrity, that he should do the same thing.
But I think that if a celebrity has, because now we have email, right?
Yeah.
And there are celebrities who do answer a lot of their email, a lot of fans' emails.
I know people who have had emails answered to them by celebrities.
Mm-hmm. And I think that it's, if you're in the public eye, in some ways they have a responsibility to at least address some of their fans and say, hey, I got your letter, and here's an answer to one of the questions that you asked me, just to show them that they appreciate them taking the time to write to them, because if it wasn't for the fans, they wouldn't be in the public eye.
I hear you, but that can become a problem too, because these celebrities, I'm assuming, get a lot of emails now and tons of fan letters back in the day. Because then you start to ask yourself, well, who do I write back to? So I totally get that. I understand the perspective of the celebrity who doesn't want to write back to anybody. But I think there's a certain way you handle it. And the way that Bing Crosby, at least in the book, went about doing things is not something that I think.
Well, and when the way that you made it sound like, according to the author,
mm-hmm.
It's almost like his fans were beneath them.
Yes.
His fans were beneath him.
Bing Crosby.
Yes. And he was above all of it. Like, he was so famous that he didn't need to write anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's disappointing to hear that. It is, though, good to hear that Bob Hope did take the time to write to his fans.
And I'm sure he didn't get back to everybody, but at least he made an effort. They say that his secretary wrote a lot of his fan letters too. Mm-hmm. But at least, there was some thought put into it.
Yeah, exactly. And then, in the 80s, you said, in the 80s, then you had fan clubs where people could write to the fan club president.
You actually had them way before that.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
But I hear you.
You know what I mean? I mean, at least there was thought into Bob Hope's letters to his fans, and I think that's only fair that the fans are written back to, if they can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. There's no part of me that likes Bing Crosby. I think he was good in some of those movies, so maybe I can appreciate him as an artist, but he just seems like a horrible human being.
Well, Denise Crosby, his niece, when she was interviewed, she said, well, I didn't get to meet him, but at least I can appreciate his art.
I think she's probably better off for not meeting him.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just became I don't know how he was. I'd like to know how he was before he became famous, because after he became famous, it seemed like his heart just hardened. He just became a hardened person. It's disappointing to hear about that.
It is.
It is.
But he's dead now, there, Jaylo,
Jaylo.
and we're better because of it.
Oh my goodness.
As a people. I'm reading, or listening rather, to a book by David Attenborough, who worked for the BBC for a number of years doing nature programs.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good so far. He talks about how he got into working for the BBC in 1950 because it was after the war and they were getting back into doing television. People had them, but they weren't quite sure what to do with them. So programming was a lot more loose back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go away to shoot footage for a TV show. He's just supposed to be a producer on the series.
Mm-hmm.
But they get back, the original presenter does an episode, then goes into the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
David Attenborough presents the rest of the series. The original host comes back to do a season 2. They go and shoot it. They come back, but then he goes back into the hospital again and ends up dying.
Oh,
yeah.
The original host.
Yep.
Oh,
crazy stuff, babes.
Wow. So David Attenborough became the next host.
Yep. That's the assumption I'm getting so
Wow.
far. And you know who his brother was?
No.
Richard Attenborough, who you may not know the name, but you've seen Jurassic Park?
Of course.
He played the scientist who creates the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I think he was in a remake to Miracle on 34th Street with your girl, Mara Wilson. Yeah.
Wow.
He played Santa Claus in that.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on there. Jaylo. How do you know I was going to say that?
You do that all the time.
Oh, my.
Because the Dale guy is out.
The there guy there.
Jaylo.
Jaylo there.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. We're going to get into Jon Voight on this episode. I don't know if you want to do it now or a little bit later, because he was the white dude in Rosewood.
Was he really?
The one who helped Ving Rhames. I know, spoiler alert.
Oh, I did not know. Oh, he played Johnny Wright. I had no idea.
And it goes back to my assertion that I don't like Jon Voight as a human being, but you cannot deny that this man is a really powerful actor. I almost said intelligent actor, but he's super great on screen.
You know what? I've heard a couple of interviews with Jon Voight now that he's an older actor. I don't see anything crazy about him, and I think to be fair, I don't know if you're coming from a place of political affiliation, and I know that a lot of people make mistakes in their lives, and maybe he wasn't there for Angelina Jolie, so I don't know about that whole thing.
I can break it down for you. I don't like his okay.
But for what I gather, it doesn't seem to me like he's a crazy person in interviews.
I don't like his politics, but there's a lot of people whose politics I don't like, and who I'm actually friends with, or like I've always heard, and from people who detested Charlton Heston's later political views, but met him when he was an older man, that despite disagreeing with him on a lot of things, he was a very nice human being, right? So you don't hear a lot of negative stuff about Charlton Heston, for example, outside of politics. But you don't hear that he was a bad person or he hated his kids or anything, or at least I haven't heard that.
Mm-hmm.
But with Jon Voight, it's not just his politics. He doesn't know the name of all of his grandchildren. So what does that tell you?
Well, I don't know. I've never met my great grandparents.
Right, but we're not talking about great grandparents. We're talking about grandchildren of his who are alive right now that he doesn't know the name to, or at least he didn't when he was interviewed about this.
Well, do you think it's possible? Because Angelina Jolie is kind of, I mean, you would agree with me. She's not exactly. She's kind of, out there.
I would agree with that. Okay. You're not going to get an argument with me about that.
Now, I don't know about Jon Voight's situation when it comes to not knowing all of his grandkids, but do you think it's possible that because from what I've been hearing, he really wants a relationship with her and she doesn't want a relationship with him. And I think he wants to he probably wants to make up for what happened, and she just doesn't. And do you think it's possible that she's purposely keeping him away from seeing his grandkids? And I don't know if she's the only one that has grandkids, because I don't remember how many kids he has. But do you think it's possible that she may be alienating him from seeing his grandkids?
I would go a step further. I would say not only is it possible, it's probably likely that's the scenario. However, in Angelina Jolie's defense, and I do agree with you that she's whacked out of her mind, at least that's the impression I get. Listen, if you carry around a vial of blood of somebody who you're screwing, that's probably an indication that you're on the
that's that was her husband at the time.
Still, my dear, I know married people who don't do that.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't do that.
So I'm not here to defend her sanity, but what I will say in defense of her is he wants to be in contact with Angelina Jolie, the movie star. He wasn't, talking about his daughter and trying to be a good dad when she was just a little kid.
Yeah, but you have to understand, though, there are parents who failed their kids. I get that. But I don't know that he wants to be in contact with her just because she's a star, and you can believe that all you want to, but I have to think. I'm thinking too. What if he wants to be in contact with her just because he wants to be a better father than he was? Why is that not a possibility?
I'm not saying it's not a possibility, but let's look at the evidence that we have.
What evidence?
Would you want me to break it down?
No. I'm just saying, I mean, to me, just judging by what he has said, and I think I saw I think I saw something on her story growing up. It doesn't seem like she even wanted to try.
But why is it on her to try now that she's an adult, and it wasn't on him to try when she was a little kid?
Yeah, but you can't change the past. I mean, there are people in my life, in my past, that I wish would try, but sometimes it's better to let go of that, or at least try to make amends. It seemed to me like he really did want to have a relationship with her. I didn't get the sense that it was because of her money.
Okay, so maybe she's keeping him from his grandkids, but you can't Google that and memorize their names if you're asked about it in an interview. I mean, if this is your daughter who you want to be in her life and she's a famous movie star, you can't make it a point just to know the name of her children off the top of your head.
Well, I mean, my own relative, I won't mention who it is, doesn't even keep track of how old I am. And I've kind of come to the conclusion, well, maybe that's just because we're just not that close. Because there's a side of my family that isn't really close to my mom's side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to be, and I can't, it maybe that's just how it is. I'm close to one side of my family, I'm not close to the other side of the family.
Right.
And maybe, maybe that will change. I don't know. But to me, I mean, you can't just take her side without knowing the other side of it. And it sounds to me like he does. I mean, it sounds to me like he really does want to have some kind of a relationship with her. And hearing him say that, it doesn't sound to me like he wants her money, because he already was an actor.
I'm not saying that he wants her money. Sorry to interrupt you. But what I am saying is he probably likes the idea that she's famous. That I'm sure that contributes, or I would assume that contributes to his want to be in contact with her. And I've heard interviews with her again where he can't answer the question, what are her kids' names? Now listen, like I just said, he could Google and find out that stuff and just memorize. If it means so much to you to have your daughter in your life, maybe when given the opportunity to name her grandkids.
But maybe that's what maybe that's what he wants to do. I mean, you can believe he's a horrible human being, but if you don't look at both sides, I just don't think it's fair.
Don't you think that it's very convenient that he developed the need to have a relationship with her once he's in movies.
No, I don't.
Wow.
I don't know that I can just go there and say, oh, he just wants to be in contact with her for the money. I don't know that I can believe that.
I don't know if it's about the money, but it certainly makes him look better to be around somebody who's super famous.
And maybe and please don't get this wrong when I say this, because I'm not trying to attack you or anything, but I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Maybe you have this assumption because you don't have a very good relationship with your own father.
I'm sure that feeds into it. I'm not going to say that doesn't, but at the same time,
I understand you're very cynical about
you don't think I made any good points about Jon Voight? You still think it's all on Angelina Jolie?
No, I think it's all on both of them, but I'm not saying I just can't take her side only. I have to look at his side too. And judging from my own experience.
Yeah.
I've chosen to let the past be the past and try to go for it as much as I can, and try to see my dad as much as I can, because I only have one dad. And I could easily be bitter about all the stuff that happened in my own childhood, but that's not going to help me at all. And I don't know. I mean, maybe both of them are to blame, but judging by what I've been hearing from him, I really think he desperately wants a relationship with his family, and he wants to make up for it before one of them goes away.
And again, the only question I would really ask, and it's none of my business, but would he want to make up for the lost time if she wasn't so famous? Honestly, I think the answer is probably no. But again, I'm not in his particular life situation. And I can't deny Jon Voight, even though I think he's a vomitous human being, is an incredible actor. He's incredible. You cannot, if you are an honest film fan and are of sound mind, you cannot deny this man's power as an actor.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it takes nothing away from his skill as an actor.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
In fact, I mean, honestly, I don't really know if I've seen any Angelina Jolie movies. So I couldn't...
I mean, there's some movies that she was good in. Like, I have seen the live-action Disney movie called Maleficent.
Okay.
And this is a take on Maleficent's story, because she was the evil witch in Sleeping Beauty.
Mm.
I thought it was pretty good. To me, anyway. Girl Interrupted was kind of disturbing, but she was good in that. I did not see Mrs. Smith Goes to Washington.
Mrs. Smith Goes to Washington?
I mean, Mr. I'm sorry. That was the wrong one. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. I haven't seen that one. And she was another one that I've never seen. But
her dad is brilliant. Not just in this movie. I loved him as Joe Buck in Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was that his stage name? Or that his
that's what he went by.
He went by Joe Buck.
Yeah. We need to watch that movie sometime.
I really don't want to watch it.
It has Jon Voight in it, who is trying to get in contact with his daughter.
Bubs.
Yeah. And he wants to do it just because of all the years, not because he's super famous.
Bubs.
So shouldn't we watch it for him?
No.
And for the sacrifices he made in that movie?
No, because I'm not a cinephile and you are.
Oh, but wait a second. You're a Voight-ophile?
No, I never said that.
A Jon Voight-phile.
I don't even know much about his movies. I just saw like the one last night, Rosewood.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not like, I've never watched a lot of his stuff, and I don't think I need to watch Midnight Cowboy to figure that out.
I think he's amazing in Midnight Cowboy. And so is Dustin Hoffman. That's all I'll say about that. Jaylo. How'd you know I was going to say?
Because you do that all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Bubbly.
You know what else I heard is a great movie with him?
What's it?
It's Coming Home with Jane Fonda, where he plays a Vietnam veteran who returns from the war.
When did that come out?
1970s. I want to say 76.
Oh wow.
But I could be wrong with that.
Yeah. And Jane Fonda plays his wife?
I believe so.
Wow.
Yes. So he's a good actor there. Jaylo.
Jaylo.
And he's trying to be a great dad.
Bubs.
Which is the most important thing.
Bubs. No mocking.
I'm not mocking.
Mocking boy. Okay, no sarcasm.
I should say he's a great actor trying to be a good dad. But it would help if he knew the name of his grandchildren.
Sarcastic boy.
Like, maybe you could try a little bit harder, bro.
Bubby. You're sarcastic boy.
No, I'm honest boy, babes. I'm honest boy, babes.
I'm out. My arm hurts there.
All right, give me a kiss. Oh my goodness, trying to bite my nose again.
Well, it's called nibbling.
I love you there, Jaylo nibble.
Oh, you're so cute.
Let's talk about not Trump, but Ron DeSantis and pudding.
And pudding?
Yes, you know about this, right?
No.
This is a fun story.
No, I've never heard about Ron DeSantis and pudding in the same sentence.
Well, it's a little bit weird, but fun.
Okay.
So...
Did you find something in his pudding?
No. Some newspaper or magazine was trying to do a report on Ron DeSantis. And I honestly don't know if they were like a far left magazine or if they were like a pro-Trump, outlet that's trying to take the wins out of Ron DeSantis.
Mm-hmm.
But they interviewed some of his ex-staffers
Mm-hmm.
and say that he is like very antisocial. And apparently one of the things he likes to do is eat pudding with his fingers.
What?
Yeah.
You mean like
he'll dip his fingers in pudding
and eat pudding
instead of using like a spoon to eat it. And he'll just lick the pudding
I don't
off
know.
his
Some
fingers.
of these weird things that I hear about, I just don't know if I can believe that.
I believe that. And I think it's just kind of enjoyable
Okay.
to think of that.
I don't know. Some people are weird though. Some people like to dip French fries in ice cream.
Yeah, I know. I've done that before.
My aunt has done that. I'm like, that's weird, but okay, whatever. I like dipping my French fries in barbecue sauce sometimes, but
I am not a Trump fan.
that's odd.
But as we've discussed, one of the few things that I think Trump does really, really well is nicknames.
Yeah.
And I guess he's really brilliant at the way he'll present them to people.
Mm-hmm.
So first he starts telling people that he calls Ron DeSantis Meatball Ron.
He also
and then
calls him Disanctimonious.
Yeah, but then what he tried to do, I think, is deny it. So he give like press interviews or go out on his rallies and say, I did not call Ron DeSantis Meatball Ron.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, all that's doing is propping up the nickname. But it is kind of funny.
He is good with nicknames.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite ones was Crooked Hillary.
Crooked Hillary is great, but it's just below Lying Ted, as you know, in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, but Crooked Hillary has been the one that I one of the ones that I really liked.
Well, good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty funny.
As you would say.
Bubs,
What?
I do not laugh like that.
Anymore.
Mm.
But I still love you, babes.
What else?
White gafs. White gafs. White gafs.
What else?
White gafs.
Mm-hmm.
We made dinner last night.
We did. I wasn't sure how it was gonna work because we got back here pretty late, like
After 5.
After 5, but it was okay. I mean, we made dinner and ate it within 2 hours.
I think it was all right. If we do it again, I think we need to do the hamburger buns. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. I personally don't know that it was good with the bacon bits. It was okay. I think it would have been even better with real bacon.
Yeah.
And maybe the hamburger buns, but the bottoms of our bread, you told me got burnt.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put the new pieces of bread on it without cooking it, I think they tasted pretty good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you there,
Jaylo. The fries were really good.
Yeah, they were.
I like them a lot.
With the steak seasoning.
Yes, and I'm saving them for next week.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, good, babes.
And I'm also saving the chicken. I have it in the freezer.
Oh, that's right. We might need to get more chicken though.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll figure that out, babes.
We will.
Yes.
We will.
Yes, and you're sending me home with eggs today.
Specifically chocolate eggs.
Okay.
But I personally think that you shouldn't be afraid of real eggs.
I'm not afraid of them.
Yes, you are.
They just taste horrible.
They don't taste horrible. You haven't had good eggs.
I know.
Ugh. Scrambled, sunny side up.
Grosos.
Yummy. Fried eggs with cheese.
Grosos.
And bacon.
Grosos.
Mmm. I think that they're good. But you haven't had good eggs. Honestly, it'll change your life, Bubs.
Oh.
I think it would.
If it doesn't kill me first.
It's a good source of protein.
That's what they say, babes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is a good source of protein.
Okay. Yes.
They don't smell horrible, they don't taste horrible, and they can be made delicious.
I'm sure they can.
Yes, they can.
I'm sure.
Yes, they can, Bubs.
Oh, good, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I checked out a copy of Up in the Old Hotel by Joseph Mitchell, which is a collection of his stories, and it has Joe Gould's secret.
Really?
Now, I know that Bard has a copy, but I really like the narrator in the library version of it.
Oh, really?
Grover, is it Gardner? I think it's Gardner.
Oh, wow.
But I could have that wrong.
Up in the Old Hotel, and Up in the old Hotel has Joe Gould's secret in it.
That's the last book in it.
Wow.
When you read it, did you get it off of Bookshare or did you listen to the Bard version?
I believe it was. That's a good question. I think it might have been. It might have been Bookshare. I don't remember. Let me tell you the truth.
Yes.
I do not remember.
I was reading the introduction to the book, and apparently, his last piece on Joel Gould was the last thing that Joseph Mitchell ever published for the New Yorker, even though he technically worked for them for another 30 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he gone already?
He's gone.
Oh.
He died in the late 90s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good stuff there. Jaylo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, we got there. Jaylo.
Very good there.
Babes.
Yeah.
We have 4 movies to get to.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Adam's Rizib.
My goodness. Please don't do that.
The Wiz. Rosewood. Spoiler alert. The best movie I've watched since the beginning of the year. And what's it called? Summertime with Katharine Hepburn?
Yeah, Summertime.
Yeah. Let's start with Adam's Rizib.
It's rib. Bubs, you Bubs, think about this.
Yes.
People are going to be looking for Adam's Rizib, and they're not going to find it. What's Rizib? How do you spell that? It's rib. Can you imagine? I can't find Adam's Rizib.
It sounded really interesting, but a weird title.
What's a Rizib? Don't mind him, it's slang.
It's slang that he made up.
You like that one, Bubs?
That was pretty good.
They're not going to find it, Bubs. Okay, Adam's Wib. Would you like to talk about that, please?
Yes.
Okay.
These 2 attorneys, played by Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy, are married.
Yeah.
And before we get to them, let's talk about how the movie starts.
Yep.
A man is walking and a woman's following him, and we don't know why at first. The man goes into an apartment. Woman comes in with a gun, sees the man with another lady, shoots him.
Yep.
Well, it turns out that the shooter was married to the victim, and he's cheating on her.
And she didn't kill him.
No, but she injured him.
Yep.
The man is assigned an attorney played by Spencer Tracy, and this is a big case.
And his name is Adam.
Adam. And his wife, who is maybe an early feminist, considering, again, that this is the 40s.
And her name is Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah. Amanda.
Decides that she is going to defend the wife. This causes a lot of conflict at home.
Yep.
Because she didn't have to do this. They're very high acidity. And this kind of like...
Acidity. They're not going to find that one either.
That's a term, babes.
I know, but you imagine someone looking for high society and you tell them, oh, it's high acidity. They're not going to find it.
Yes. But everybody knows what the term means.
Really?
What does it mean, Jaylo?
It means society.
Yeah, it's slang for high society.
Because you told me that, and I never heard anybody use it.
It's been used in rap lyrics for literally decades.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Go on.
So they're very high acidity, and it's a disappointment to Spencer Tracy, a.k.a. Adam, that his wife has taken this case.
Yep.
At one point, she goes too far in the trial. I forgot what she did.
Mm-hmm.
He refuses to talk to her. He's very upset. She ends up winning the case. And there's a great scene where the photographers come in. They want to take a picture with the wife and kids. And the husband sneaks into it, trying to imply that he's going to get back with her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the marriage between Adam and Amanda is kind of falling apart. They go to, I guess, their accountant to get their affair straightened. Adam starts to cry when talking about everything they've gone through. Amanda sees this and is moved. Mm-hmm. And they decide to go away to, I guess, their summer home or vacation house. Mm-hmm. Adam gets a call. The Republican Party wants him to run for, I believe, governor. Uh-huh. Amanda says, well, maybe I should run as a Democrat against you. Adam explains, well, I'll cry again, and tells her that he faked crying in the accountant's office. And they end up together in bed. That's the end of the movie.
What about that one person that was in love with her?
Oh, yeah. There's this dude who tries to get with Amanda. And... yeah, that's actually a really great scene.
Yeah.
Because Adam goes into the apartment where they're at, points a gun at them, and Amanda says something like, you know what you're doing? And he says, well, that shows that, I was right with the case. It turns out that the gun that Spencer Tracy has is made of licorice.
Oh, that's right, because he's like, ah, and he puts it in his mouth and it's like, licorice.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
That was really cool.
And you're like, oh, it's a candy gun.
I enjoyed this movie. It's not the best film ever.
I did too. It was really funny. Well, when I was awake too.
Yeah.
Because there were times where I was really exhausted, but it was a really fun movie.
Now, a lot of people might make the argument that it's unrealistic that they would defend a husband and wife, but on different sides.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes sense because Spencer Tracy is assigned the case.
Yeah. And
Katharine Hepburn goes out intentionally to find the woman and defend her.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like they were both assigned it, but it is a little bit unrealistic that she would go against her husband in such a public way.
I know. Yeah, it is.
I don't think that her character comes off that great in the movie.
No.
And maybe that's intentional because this was back when women were supposed to know their place.
I guess, yeah, but they were really funny together. Mm-hmm. Especially that part when he was crying.
Yeah.
That's great.
We've seen 3 of the 9 films that they've made. Mm-hmm. It's either 8 or 9. I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of them as a couple on screen?
They're great. They really are.
Yeah.
They definitely have chemistry. In Woman of the Year, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and Adam's Rib. Not Rizib.
What can we learn from Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy about chemistry?
I guess it helps to actually be a couple. I don't know. Because the chemistry comes naturally to them.
Yeah. So he's also in that movie San Francisco.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was excellent in that movie.
Do you ever want to watch more Spencer Tracy films? Because I don't think we've seen the movies that he won his 2 Oscars for.
Possibly.
Yeah.
He died in when?
1967, like 10 days after finishing work on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
I would like to. He is a good actor. He really is.
In the book I was reading on Katharine Hepburn, it said that Spencer Tracy had a son who was born deaf, and he thought that was his fault, and that drove him to alcoholism. At least that's what I got out of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
He felt a lot of guilt for that.
He did.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Interesting.
In some way, this movie is about empowerment, right? Because it's not said, but Katharine Hepburn portrays a woman who goes her own path in life to a certain extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, even though her character doesn't come off very good, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She's kind of spiteful. Yeah, I think her character wanted to be on an equal playing field as men, as a man.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
What would you give this film on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'd give it a 7.
Okay.
I'd give it a 7. I think it was pretty good.
I'd give it a strong 7 or a weak 8.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to your family? If so, how would you sell it to them?
Well, I wouldn't have to sell it to them, I don't think.
Don't watch Adam's Web. Watch Adam's Web.
Oh my goodness.
But would you tell them to watch it?
Yeah, I would.
What would you say about it?
I don't have to sell a lot of things to my family. Sometimes they just watch what they want to watch.
Why do you think it would be good to have them watch this?
It's 2 actors that have been acting together for a while, and I don't even know if they know much about Spencer Tracy. I'm sure they probably heard of Katharine Hepburn. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sure they know who she is.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they will. They knew about they knew about American actors and actresses growing up. So I would imagine that they would like it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Babes?
Yeah.
After watching Adam's Rib, we sat down, or lied down rather, and listened to the... real quick before I forget, because I know it's going to go out of my mind if I don't say it now.
Yeah.
When you were in the shower, I checked on the blindness descriptive audio website of my choice, and there is a copy of Hotel Rwanda. So we could do an oppression weekend.
I don't want to do that.
Okay. But maybe we'll watch it.
I don't know if I can watch that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can watch it.
Oh.
But anyways. Let's go on.
We sat down, lied down, in bed, next to each other.
Bubs.
Messed around.
Bubs.
While listening to the audio of a film from the 70s that I was hesitant to see because it's a remake of, I think, a film that we would both consider a classic, The Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
Right? Classic movie, we agree?
Yes.
But this is a remake called The Wiz. Babes, the way I would describe it is it has an alleged pedophile, a diva, and Richard Pryor.
Ah.
What?
You have to say that, Bubs.
Why not?
Because everybody already knows how you feel about all 3 of those people.
Oh.
Honestly.
Tell me about this movie.
Okay, I won't go into a lot of detail about it because everybody knows the basic story about the Wizard of Oz, but I will say what was different about the movie because this was a black adaptation of the movie. Dorothy was a young woman. She was in her 20s, played by Diana Ross, that was still living with her
Aunt M.
Her Aunt M. Yes. And she was, I guess she was teaching little kids. And Aunt M says, "No, I think you should teach adults. You get more money." And Dorothy is at an age where she wants to kind of venture out on her own and try to figure out what she wants to do in life. Something happens to where her little dog Toto runs out in the snow. She runs out after him, and they were in the snow, and they get quite a big blast of snow going straight towards them, and they end up flying over the city of New York, and they end up in Munchkin Land, where you see Miss One, which in the book, in the real story of the Wizard of Oz, you don't see her. But how would you describe Miss One?
I think you would do a better
really?
job. Yeah,
you think so? Okay. Well, she's very much into numbers, and the Munchkins were you only saw her and the Munchkins for like that one scene. And they were the ones that were gathered around her, and they said, "Oh, you killed the Wicked Witch of the East because you landed right on her." She was like, "What? I never killed anything in my life or anybody." Then they do their little number and tell her about the Wiz because she wants to go back home. And then she sees the Scarecrow, played by Michael Jackson, and there's this board of paper puppets that are kind of making fun of him because he reads a lot and he quotes philosophers. And, he's trying to... Well, was this a paper puppet? I think it was either the paper puppets or the actual crows. I think they were making fun of...
One of the two of them.
One of the two. Anyway, they both did. But the crows especially. And they were making fun of him because he was so smart. Well, somehow they were scared off. I think Toto scared them off. Diana Ross gets him off of the pole. That's what it was. It was a pole. Gets him off of the pole and says, "Hey, I'm gonna go see the Wiz because I want to go home and maybe he could give you a brain." Then they spot the Tin Man, who's very, very stiff. And I thought the Tin Man was funny, actually.
Oh, yeah.
He was very, very stiff.
Yeah.
They oil him up, and he's able to walk around and joins them on their adventure. Then they see the Cowardly Lion. He obviously is trying to be the king of the jungle, but they kicked him out of the jungle because he was a coward, and they said, "Well, we're gonna go see the Wiz, and he can give you courage."
Yeah.
They have a bunch of adventures, and they run into these the Poppies, who are actually things that the Wicked Witch of the West, and I don't believe you do see her. The Wicked Witch of the West puts in their way so that they can't go on their adventure, so that it makes them sleepy. And then they see all these dancers who are trying to lure them into what they're doing, and they're like these color-clad dancers in the sweatshop, which is supposed to make sweat.
Yes, that was funny.
That was really funny. And so they're trying to make it to the Wiz, and they finally find the Wiz. The Wiz won't help them out until they end up killing Eveline, who is the Wicked Witch of the West. I can't remember how she killed her.
I thought that it's like they do in the original. They poured water on her.
Okay, they poured water on her. They get into they celebrate by doing a sing and dance thing, which was actually pretty cool. I did love the music in this movie.
Yeah, this movie does have a great soundtrack.
Yes. Then they get back to where the Wiz is. They find his metal head, and then they find a lump on the ground, and they think he's dead. And they wake him up, and Dorothy's like, I can't believe it. You're a fraud. You're not the Wiz.
You're just a stand-up comedian.
He says, no, I'm a politician, and I'm running for District 7 or whatever it was. It was kind of funny how he's like, I'm a fraud, and I'm also a failed politician. And basically he convinces them that the courage and the brains and the heart, they had it in them all along. They end up seeing Glenda, the Good Witch of the South, who's played by Lena Horne. And she tells Dorothy that all you have to do is click your heels. And she's like, you mean I could have gone home a long time ago by clicking my heels?
Said I spent an hour and a half with this pedophile over here.
Bubs!
You laughed.
Bubs.
Did you just laugh?
I didn't know what else to do.
Oh my goodness.
And so...
Thank God I didn't bring my students here.
Bubs!
All right, go ahead, babes.
What?
Wrap it up.
Okay, so they have their tearful goodbyes. Dorothy clicks her heels, and she gets back home to Aunt Em and her family.
Yeah.
And that was it.
You covered the movie, even though you said that you weren't going to, but that's cool.
I did it. I know, I ended up covering it, so I'm like, okay, well, I might as well finish it.
Yeah. So I was very hesitant going into this movie, and I'll tell you why. Generally speaking, I'm not a fan of remakes. Mm-hmm. But also, when you're doing a film that is as iconic as The Wizard of Oz, mm-hmm. I think that's even more of a reason not to do this property. So, I'm not a big fan of kids' movies.
Yeah.
Right? But there are some exceptions to that rule. And The Wizard of Oz definitely goes into the exception category.
For sure, and I've seen it so many times too.
Yeah, it transcends regular kid movies. It's its own magical thing.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yep.
So to even talk about doing a remake of this film, to me as a cinephile, is kind of sacrilegious. And I know. I also believe that the 1939 version of The Wizard of Oz is a remake of another film from either the late teens or early 20s, which is, of course, an adaptation of the book. Mm-hmm. But I believe the original A Wizard of Oz is lost.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I haven't read the book. But the movie is so iconic.
Yeah.
You can't touch it.
Right.
And even try is an insult. But that's why I didn't want to see it. Having said that, we sat down, we watched the movie. It had good people associated with it, like Richard Pryor, Sidney Lumet. When I heard Sidney Lumet's name, I thought, at least this has a chance because he's such a great director. Mm-hmm. And you got upset with me when all I did was say, I didn't know Richard Pryor was in a movie with Michael Jackson.
I was wrong. I should have listened to what you were going to say about that.
Yeah, that was my only comment.
That's
okay, babes.
I apologize.
Yeah, I thought that I was a black person in the city of Rosewood in early 1923. Anyways, we'll get to that in a little while. I thought I was, what's her name,
Aunt Sarah.
Yeah, I thought I was Aunt Sarah in Rosewood after just making that little comment. I thought it was just white folks. I didn't know Filipino folks got
this. My goodness.
Okay, anyways.
That's enough.
That's enough for now. The movie is not as good as the original.
Obviously, it's not going to be.
But it was still enjoyable. I liked it. It was fun. The music was great. And I had a good time. I don't know what else to say.
I liked all the descriptions of the colors.
Yeah.
Right? Especially when the dancers were dancing. And it was just so creative that you would have a sweatshop of dancers that were making sweat.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a sweatshop with children working overtime. And I thought it was creative. I thought it was very creative.
Yeah, it was. And let's get to the central message of, I guess, this and the original.
Mm-hmm.
So if I use the titles interchangeably, you'll know why.
Okay.
What do these films teach us about our own power?
That we have the capability of having our own potential in life. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Life is what we make it, I think.
Life is what we
a better
make
way
it,
of
yes.
phrasing it. Yeah.
Life is what we make it. We just have to do the work.
Have you read the source material?
The source material?
Meaning the book that the movies are based on.
Yes, I'm sure I have in elementary school. Yes, I mean maybe not the original, but I've read it.
Okay,
yes. I believe I have, or at least an adaptation of it.
I would be interested in reading the source material and see how much the Wizard of Oz sticks to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is great. And I honestly I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I said I watched it one time. I really enjoyed it. I think you'll like the music, and I think you should give it a chance.
Yeah, maybe great is a strong word. The soundtrack is great. The movie's pretty good.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
I give it I think I give it a strong 7.
I would agree.
I also want to change my grade from 7 for Adam's Rib to a strong 7 because I thought it was pretty funny.
Nice. I'd probably give that one a strong 7 or a weak 8.
Okay.
Yes.
That would good.
Yes. Yes. Now is there anything else you want to say about The Wiz? You feel good?
I thought it was very funny how Richard Pryor kind of put his comedic spin on it.
Yeah.
Because he, not only was he a fake and a phony, but he was a politician in District 7.
Yeah.
It's like, that's hilarious.
And I wonder what that was like for him, because he knew Diana Ross before this, but I'm not sure if he knew Michael Jackson.
Or the other character, or the other cast members, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I wonder what that was like for him, because Michael Jackson was a star, but he wasn't the biggest star in the world at that time.
And Diana Ross was bigger, I think.
I think so, but
yeah.
How did Richard Pryor feel when Michael Jackson just blew up to this iconic King of Pop status just a few years after this movie came out?
I don't know. Maybe he was like, I knew him when.
Yep.
I knew him when he wasn't so big and now he is. So I don't know.
Well, good.
Yes. But it was very creative. I love the descriptive audio of that, and I'd recommend it.
Very good there, Joel. Very good there.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we've already established, we got home late last night.
Yes.
And originally, we were going to watch Summertime and Rosewood, and I wanted that to be the movie order, ending the weekend with Rosewood. Yeah. But because we were starting late, I thought we should start with Rosewood.
And a very good call there.
Yes, it's a good call in the sense that we were both awake during it.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think if I had it to do over again, we probably would have watched Rosewood on a night where we had nothing else to do, so we could have another movie before it, because I kind of think it should end a movie night. Really? I think for obvious reasons.
Right.
Because it's just, after you see this movie, at least for us, I wanted to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
And I was kind of more focused on thinking about Rosewood than, a dumb comedy. But let's get into the film. Do you want me to talk about it? Or
no, I think I should, just because I was awake for this one and I can't talk about the other one. So I'm going to try to be, I don't know if I want to get into too much detail because there's so much in this movie.
Yeah.
But it was based on the Rosewood Massacre of 1923 in Rosewood, Florida.
Which, real quick, babes, not to interrupt you so quickly, but I just did.
Uh-huh.
Neither of us knew anything about until last night, and I didn't even know that this was based on a true story. I'd heard of the movie, so it shocked me in a different level because of that. But go ahead.
I'm gonna say before I get into it, the acting was impeccable.
Yes.
I mean, superb, down to the last actor.
Absolutely.
The kids were great. The maids were fantastic. The people in the families were really great. Even the people that played racist people.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
This film's a masterpiece to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was about the how it was in the Deep South in Florida, which I guess now there are parts of Florida that is considered the South, but some of it is not. This is based on the segregation of whites and blacks, and black people working for white people. And one of the characters' names is Johnny Wright. He owns was it a general store?
That's the sense I got.
Yes. And he's a pillar of the Rosewood community.
And that's Jon Voight's character.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very good. Character was horrible in some ways, but very good. Anyway, so Johnny Wright is known in the community, but they also don't know that he has been messing around with his young black servant girl.
Or his employee at the store. He's basically raping her.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no one was talking about that. Now, there's other characters like Big Baby is he's a slave too, right?
Well, they're not slaves, but they're
servants.
They might as well be slaves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, yeah, they can roam around. They have a little bit more freedom, but they're still, make no bones about it. These black people are still oppressed by white people. Big Baby, I guess, yeah, is a servant, and we get the sense that he's an adult with some mental issues.
Right. So, you know, they have their own communities. There's a black community. There's a white community. A lot of the white folks there are teaching their children that black people are no good. The black people are saying you can't trust white people ever. Not one of them. The particular family, the Carey family, consists of Beulah, who's he goes by Scrappy by her family, and she is the one of the teachers in the schoolhouses.
She's really good looking too.
I bet she is.
Yep.
Yeah. And so she's teaching her young black students, and she's the young. I'm guessing in the movie she's 17. I guess they taught really young back then.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And so she's taking care of her younger cousins, and Aunt Sarah is like the matriarch of the family. She's played by Esther Rule, who also played Florida Evans on Good Times.
And I wanted to know, where's the butter?
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen Good Times, by the way.
It's a great show.
Okay.
I haven't seen every single episode, but I liked it.
Oh.
Okay. And then you have Sylvester Carey, who is a young man. I don't remember if he has. Oh yes, I think he has kids with his wife.
It's implied. I don't think they ever say it, and he's well off financially because he has his own piano, which comes up later in the movie, and he's played by the great Don Cheadle.
Yep.
Yep.
Also another great actor.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are trying to survive in Rosewood. Sylvester doesn't want to leave because he grew up in Rosewood. Then you've got somebody who calls himself Mr. Man, who's played by the great Ving Rhames.
Yep. Also Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
you're about to say.
I loved his character.
He's great.
His character.
I'm sure I'm going to bring this up later. The fact that he was not at least nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars is completely insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has a horse named Booker T, which I thought was very creative.
Yep.
Great name for a horse. He's kind of like he's a soldier, but he's kind of mysterious, I would say.
That's a good assessment.
Yeah.
We don't know at the beginning, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy?
Right.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Yep.
So what happens? This incident occurs between a woman named Fannie Taylor and the man that she is having an affair with. And she finds out that he's been cheating on her and is getting very upset, and he ends up beating her, and he ends up beating her, and she goes to the town people and says, "Hey, I was beat and raped by a black man."
She doesn't use those words, but yes.
No. Yeah. And the town people are like, "What? I can't believe it." All the white town people are like, "I can't believe it." And so they end up killing quite a number of black people, including Sam Carter, who was very brutally murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Started off with Sam Carter. Then they were killing black men and black women because they thought, well, we have to find this Jesse Hunter, because that's what the name that she gave them. We have to find this Jesse Hunter because he could kill somebody. Well, they were thinking that was going on. Now, while these killings were happening, Johnny Wright sat on his porch and watched everything, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I can't go into too many details, but one of the people in the families gets shot and died.
Oh my God, that is such a powerful scene. And you don't want to go into too many details because people are going to watch this. It kind of takes away from it. I want to say what it is, but I'm not going to because of that.
I can't do it.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say, because I really don't want to go any further, but I will say this, that Johnny Wright ends up doing something different towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Man is definitely the hero of the movie, the biggest hero of the movie.
I would agree with that, yeah.
Fannie Taylor ends up being one of the villains of the movie. And there's a scene towards the end of the movie that kind of made me laugh, but yeah. I'm not going to go into that either because you have to see it. It's an amazing movie. It's very powerful. It really makes you think, and it really makes you want to know more about this in history, because like we said, we didn't know about this going into the movie. We didn't know what to expect.
I had heard about the movie when it came out in the 90s, but it had been so long, I didn't know that it was based on a true story. I had heard the name Rosewood and it had something to do with racial tensions, but that was pretty much about it. And it is a masterpiece. So I also think that as much as we want to talk about the second half of the film, it's probably a good idea that we're not.
Yeah.
But maybe we could focus on a few things that happened on the first half.
Yeah.
After the accusations were made, but before the mob went out of control.
Yeah.
But when it was looking like it was going to be that way. So I'm specifically thinking about the night where Mr. Wright goes to the black church.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot to that. So let's try to break it down the best we can. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we get all the points I want to get in there and some of the ones you do.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say about this man that, is it audacity that he thinks that he's going to be welcome in a black church with all this going on?
Mm-hmm.
Is it arrogance? Or is it he wants to help and this is the best he can do at this point in his life is going to the black church to try to show that they're not hated by all the white people in the community?
Well, he didn't do himself any favors, though, when he did that to one of the men's daughters.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, he wasn't good going into it. And you're talking about the time when he was in the church, when they were trying to figure out what to do.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe. Well, you know what's really interesting that you asked that, because there was oh boy, remember that scene? There was a scene that I'm going to mention for this one reason.
Go ahead.
Because this guy gets shot in the side.
Yes.
And he goes into Mr. Wright's house and says, "You need to help me. Please help me, because I got shot in the side. I can't find my kids. I don't know where my wife is. And I need help." And he ends up taking him in. Maybe he doesn't know what to do. But he also seemed very arrogant throughout the movie.
Yeah, I think that's very arrogant going into that church at that particular time.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah. There's a great confrontation that happens right after that with Ving Rhames and him.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm about. You
Yes.
saw it last night.
Yes, I did.
And Ving Rhames has a great response. He's like, I've only been here one day, and they're practically begging me to stay. You've been here like 9 years, and they don't care if you go or stay.
Yeah, it's like just see, you go pack your truck up and see if
see how many people try to stop you.
Try to get you to try to stop you from leaving. In other words,
he's calling him on his white privilege in a way. And I know we don't like that term, but you know what I mean.
I think that maybe what he's trying to say is they don't think he's as great as he thinks he is.
Yes,
he thinks he is.
Yes.
Just because he's a pillar of the community, because they're trying to they're starting to learn more things about him. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it is arrogant. Maybe he doesn't know what to do. Maybe he's very conflicted. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we can clearly tell that he's a very complicated person.
Yeah.
And listen, he's basically, when we see him for the first time, he's a rapist. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're not calling him that. Maybe the girl is pretending to be there consensually, but we know what that is.
Yeah.
She's a young black woman in the racist South in the early 1920s. Can we really believe that she'd be having sex with them if she didn't feel pressure to?
Absolutely not.
So he's basically a rapist without them calling it rape. But yeah, there's more to him than just that.
I did like the confrontation that he had with his wife too.
That was great.
Because she said, "I'm taking care of these people."
Mm-hmm.
She's giving of herself to these people because these people have gone through so much. And obviously they're not on the same page. And she said, Carol is his wife, because he lost his first wife.
Yep.
She said, "You know what? Carol's not coming back. And you have to deal with that. And I'm here now." Or something to that effect. I liked how she was bringing him back to reality.
This film is filled with great scenes. Mm-hmm. So let's real quickly talk about, after John Voight leaves the church and stops talking to Ving Rhames, Ving Rhames tells your girl Beulah, aka Scrappy, I gotta go. And he gives some great reasons why. Mm-hmm. Like, your own preacher wants to turn me in, because there's commotion and much debate about him in the town. Mm-hmm. And that to me is such a powerful scene. And then when you see the little boy crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when he's crying outside of the church?
Yes, he is.
I'm guessing that was Arnett.
I think so.
Yeah. But I liked what he told Arnett, because he says, "Okay, now Arnett, you're gonna be the lieutenant."
That's a little bit later in the movie.
I know, but what I was trying to say is how he was giving that little boy power to help those kids.
He's a strong male.
Yes.
And you said this reminds you a lot about Westerns. I could see that, because basically in this movie, in the best way possible, because I'm not a John Wayne fan, but Ving Rhames is John Wayne in this movie. Right, he's absolutely. The strong, silent type who is there to do the right thing, but we don't necessarily know that at the beginning of the film.
You know what? You know what he kind of reminds me of?
What's that?
He kind of reminds me in a way, and slightly in a way of John Coffey.
I don't get that, but explain.
Okay, John Coffey. Now I know that there's some magical stuff in there when it comes to the Green Mile, but John Coffey was a take charge kind of a guy, but he was a silent kind of a person.
Interesting.
But I know that it's not completely like John Coffey, because John Coffey had some magic in him.
Yeah, and he also wasn't completely there mentally.
Right.
Yeah.
But Mr. Man was.
Yeah, it's interesting. We compare him to two different Johns. You're John Coffey and I'm John Wayne. That's how we look at him.
Right. And maybe part Lone Ranger. But
I can't vouch for that because I've never seen Lone Ranger or heard the radio shows, but we'll go with that.
I have seen the Lone Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing good, but not everybody knows who he is.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, they know who Mr. Man is, but he's kind of mysterious and silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't want to talk about the film partially because there's just so much here that we want people to see. But maybe we talk about the reaction of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And I've alluded to it earlier. This film came out in 1997, which was a great year in filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily believe that the Oscars did a good job of reflecting that. Not
at all. And I may have heard, I mean, I don't think I've heard much about Rosewood. I don't even think I heard of Rosewood when back in 97, but maybe I may not have been paying attention. I wish I had seen it.
Yeah.
I wish I had seen it back then.
I did some research this morning when you were in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
This movie made less than $15 million when it came out.
Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, the budget was $17 million. So even though it lost money, it didn't lose a lot. But still, that's crazy to me. And let's pick on some other film / actors.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Nicholson, who gave a really good performance in As Good as It Gets, won the Oscar for Best Actor that year. And Ving Rhames wasn't even nominated.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I beg to differ. I did like As Good as It Gets, but Rosewood is a different kind of a good.
Mm-hmm.
And Rosewood was very powerful. I honestly think Ving Rhames should have been noticed for it.
And it's not only that, but Don Cheadle.
Mm-hmm.
He not only is he good in the movie, but his breakout performance as an actor, when more people started to notice him, was in Boogie Nights.
Oh, really?
This film came out before Boogie Nights.
Oh, wow.
He had to be in a movie about the porn industry to kind of become a famous Hollywood actor. But meanwhile, he makes a piece of art like this, and is just kind of like looked over for it.
I wonder if this movie was independent, though, right?
It was released by Warner Brothers. It was either Warner Brothers or Universal.
Okay, so that wasn't independent.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I don't know. I mean, I've noticed that there's so many gems that we've watched.
Yeah.
That is definitely underrated.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is an example of a movie that was underrated.
Now, granted, I only did a quick Wikipedia search and tried to see what awards this film got nominated for. And we know I have issues with John Voight, but we also know I think he's an incredible actor.
Mm-hmm.
He should have gotten a Best Supporting Actor nomination for this movie. And by what I've seen, it doesn't look like that happened.
Even the people that played outright racists in the movie, they need to be recognized for it, because I wonder how they all felt about the characters they had to play.
There's a running storyline, without giving too much of the movie away, we don't have to say how it ends, about this older guy with a young kid, and he's trying to teach his son how to be racist.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a really powerful scene where things are going all crazy. It's a small part of it, the chaos, where he's teaching his son how to tie a noose.
Uh-huh.
And to me, that speaks volumes about what it must have been like during this point in time.
Right, and then shall I tell the scene about the last scene that you see them in?
If you want to. I wasn't going to, but if you want to, I'll let you decide if you...
Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, that was a powerful scene, and I'm thinking, I wonder how it was for them to make that scene.
Yeah.
Because there's so many powerful scenes in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to, being a good actor, you really have to play uncomfortable parts. And I wonder how they all came together to put this masterpiece together, just like that.
Yeah. We're going to pick on the Academy Awards for one more minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you may or may not know where I'm going, and if you don't, you're about to find out. Best Picture that year not only goes to Titanic, but Rosewood didn't even get a nomination.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And
now,
sorry, go ahead.
Now, I did look at Titanic because it also did receive a Golden Globe, but now I really wish I would have seen Rosewood. I really do. I'm sad that I did not get to do that for some reason.
I have texted 3 people this morning saying you need to see this film.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably am going to tell more people to watch it. A few more questions, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when movies come out and they're ignored not just by the Academy, but by the public in general, they'll go on to become classics.
Mm-hmm.
And the term classic, what I mean by that is the consensus will change publicly and a lot of people will acknowledge it. So it's not just us saying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know the film wasn't ignored by the Academy in that it got a lot of nominations, but it didn't win. But an example would be The Shawshank Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out, yes, it gets Oscar nominations, but it doesn't really win any big awards. And it makes around the same amount of money that Rosewood makes. It's considered a flop, but through the passage of time, people look at it like a classic. I'm not sure that Rosewood has that same status as a film that's grown in popularity.
Mm.
And in fact, I would say I know it's not because you don't hear people talk about it that way in film circles. I'm wondering why you think that is, that this film hasn't been re-examined.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe people didn't want to touch it. I don't know. It just wasn't well known. I don't know. I can't answer that question.
That's fair because I can't answer it.
I mean, like The Secret Life of Bees. I don't know if you've watched that movie.
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
There's some disturbing scenes in there, though. Domestic violence and racial tension, things like that. It doesn't hold a candle. And I did like both movies, but it doesn't hold a candle to Rosewood.
Yeah.
Yes, Dakota Fanning was very good in The Secret Life of Bees and Jennifer Hudson and Queen Latifah. But Rosewood? Something else.
Yes.
I can't even describe it.
It's a special movie.
It is.
Ving Rhames is so incredible in it. I know we keep saying that, but the acting really is next level in this movie. I don't know how much more we want to say about it, but one thing I do want to say is after we watched it, and I know it's a true story, I want to read books about what happened in Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, before you woke up, I Googled books to read after watching Rosewood, and a couple come up. As you know, I have a bunch of different services where I go to get books. And so far, I've only been able to find one book mentioned about Rosewood that's nonfiction, and I've only found it on one place, which is Bookshare. And I believe the book is called The Rosewood Massacre, written in 1945. But why is it that it's so hard? Let me rephrase this. Why is it that this film isn't just considered a classic, but it's so hard to find literature or nonfiction information about what happened in the city, about the incident that it's based on. Why do you think that's the case?
What is the question? I'm sorry.
Let me rephrase it. Why is it so hard to learn about the actual events that happened in Rosewood, Florida?
Maybe. That's a good question. Maybe because it was so. It was so tragic.
Yeah.
Maybe. That nobody wanted to talk about it. And now Rosewood is a ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the history behind it was just so tragic and haunting. I don't know.
I'm definitely going to do what research I can into the actual events of this movie. And I'm sure they Hollywooded it up to some extent.
Oh, yeah. They had to have, they probably had some liberties with that. And they threw in a white man raping his servant. Or his worker.
That I do believe.
Yeah.
That I do believe.
Oh, I believe that happened during that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I like to know about that.
Does this make you want to watch more films by John Singleton?
Possibly. I also want to. Can I mention one more scene, which I thought was really powerful?
You could mention the whole thing if you want.
No, I'm not going to mention the whole thing.
Yeah.
But Mary Wright, his second wife, I liked how she was able to get the mob away from her house.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who the woman was who played her, but she was really good.
We talked about this, but I want to give a specific scene. There's a part in the movie where Aunt Sarah and Don Cheadle's characters, Sylvester are walking, and the new sheriff comes up to him and says, you should leave this town, be out of here by sunset or sundown. And that scene made me think of Roy Scheider from Rod Steiger from In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah, exactly.
And you said after we watched this film, I wonder what Rod Steiger thought of this movie.
I do too. I mean, even though In the Heat of the Night was based on something that happened years after that, in 1967, right?
That's when the movie was made. I don't know if it's based on true events, but it is based on a book.
Yeah, maybe not based on true events. I wonder because he had to play a racist person.
To me, Bill Gillespie is the character that Rod Steiger played in The Heat of the Night is a lot closer to John Wright than he is to the sheriff in this movie.
And I remember we talked about Bill Gillespie and that he was probably taught to be that way, but doesn't know why.
Yeah. There are many flavors of racism.
Yeah.
Bill Gillespie is for sure a racist dude.
Yeah.
But he's not as extreme as a lot of the other people are in The Heat of the Night.
Yeah, they're so extreme that they'll kill.
Yeah.
They'll kill people and try to exterminate them. They'll exterminate them just because of who they are. And
I love that in The Heat of the Night, he changes a little bit, but it's not like he's no longer racist. He's a racist who likes one black person, or he's a racist who respects one black person.
Yeah, and I like their exchange when he's leaving and he's going on the train.
Yep, and he just says, "Virgil, take care of yourself."
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine, having never met John Singleton, that In the Heat of the Night is probably a film he saw a bunch of times and in some way influenced him as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
But I don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we're going to wrap up Rosewood, which is a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
What can we learn from this film? How do I want to phrase this? Okay, I'll phrase it a different way.
Okay.
Does watching this movie make you want to learn more about Black history in America beyond just the Rosewood Massacre?
Yes, but not just Black history, okay? But all kinds of cultural history.
Mm.
Because I don't even know my own cultural history, to tell you the truth. I need to. And I should. But I don't. I don't.
Nice.
All types of, and also all types of American history, not just Black history, but all kinds.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
The horse is named Booker T.
Yes.
How much do you know about Booker T. Washington?
You know what? I wish I knew more. And that's one of the people I'd like to look at.
I would be willing to read Up From Slavery with you.
Up From Slavery?
That's his book.
Oh. Did you read it already?
I did years and years ago, though,
Okay.
way before we ever met.
Okay.
So that's something to consider.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Many different parts of history.
So I remember there was a movie called 12 Years of Slave, and I heard that was based on a true story.
I heard that that's really tragic.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could watch that one. Honestly.
I don't know. Maybe when we do the oppression weekend.
No, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
Hey, I have to agree with it.
Maybe we'll do a whole month, like in October. We'll do Oppression October.
Oh, no. You're going to subject me to that? No.
No.
Please don't do that.
Because that means that I'd have to
yeah, exactly. You
be
have to
around
watch
for
it.
that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
A lot of tears.
I would give this film probably a 9.5 on a scale from 1 to 10. It's that good. A big major thumbs up. Again, best movie I've seen so far this year. And I've probably seen it roughly around 40 films since the start of the year.
One more question. Did Siskel and Ebert rate this movie? I don't remember if you told me that or not.
They gave it thumbs up and they highly recommended it.
Wow.
Yeah. I watched a review of it when you were in the shower to make sure that I remembered it right.
Mm.
Yeah. And we can watch it again before I leave. But what would you give it on a scale from 1 to 10?
You know what? I think I give it that same. I was going to give it an 8.5, but I think it really does deserve a 9.
Yeah.
I mean, and not a lot of. It's hard for me to rate movies on rate movies as 9s, but this is one of those movies.
Well, and then a 9 should be rarefied air too.
Yeah.
Like you don't just want to give every movie that comes along a 9 because then it's kind of useless. It doesn't mean anything. So giving a 9 means you're saying something.
Yeah, double thumbs up for me.
Yes. And then I think you know where I'm going to go with this. Would you recommend this movie to your family? And what would you say about it?
I think that it would be one of those movies where you have to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I can say as much as I want to about it, but if they don't watch it, they're not going to experience it the way I did.
But you would recommend it to them, it sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, it's incredible. I don't know what else to say about it, but definitely check this one out if you haven't seen it.
I believe that especially my sister and her family, I think they would really learn a lot from this movie.
There's a powerful line in there, and I'm sure I'm not the first person who's picked up on this. And it might not be original to the movie, but I heard it in the movie. I'm not going to say the N-word, but in the movie, one of the characters says, the N-word is just another word for guilty.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, and that's how they felt.
I will definitely revisit this movie at some point in my lifetime. You know, assuming I live long enough.
Right.
But it's not one of those films that you just watch once, I think.
Mm.
So, yeah. Rosewood, best movie of the year so far. Even though it came out in 97.
Yes.
Best movie I've seen this year.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the best movie you've seen since 2023 started?
Yes, I would say that.
Nice.
I mean, this is a powerful movie. And it's, I mean, we saw Jojo Rabbit together, like, when was this? Like 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
It's 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago, so into 2021?
In 2020.
In 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. But into 2021, though.
Oh, yeah. We saw it probably around my birthday in 2020.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit is funny and powerful.
Yep.
But this one is like at a whole nother level, because you gave Jojo Rabbit a 9.
Yeah, I stand by that.
And I gave it a little bit of a lower grade just because of the subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
But this is super powerful.
So, before we move off of Rosewood, I want to relate it to one thing in our own lives, without getting too political. Okay. It was either the first or second time you came over to my place, and we were talking about Gone with the Wind, and you said something to the effect, and I don't want to misquote you, but I'm sure I will, so you're going to have your chance to rebut. But you said something to the effect of, the Civil War was so long ago, you would think that black people would just get over it by now. And I remember thinking to myself, well, that's weird. You don't know much about the Jim Crow era or about that stuff.
I don't remember saying that at all.
You said something like that. I might have the words wrong, but I think I have the meaning behind them correctly.
Well, I think maybe what I was trying to portray is that there are black people that have not experienced slavery.
Yeah.
And I think what I was trying to say is they want to hold it over every white person's head that's alive today that never was alive during that time, or every white person's head who never committed any acts against black people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that's what I was trying to make it sound like. Not that they should get over it, but that they can't hold it over people's heads.
Yeah. And
expect them to bow down and worship at their feet. Maybe not worship is the right word, but to make up for what they didn't do.
Okay, so you did recognize that racism didn't end with slavery then.
I believe that's what I was trying to.
Oh, good. Give me a
say. If I didn't make it clear, then I'm making it clear now.
Oh, good. And this all right. One last thing about Rosewood, then we are for real are moving on because it's getting later.
Yeah.
But this made me too think a lot about Emmett Till, and about how it came out later that the woman who got him killed made up her story too.
Yeah. So let this be a lesson. If a white woman accuses a black man of hurting her, she might get a lot of people killed.
Yeah, you might want to
not do that.
Pretend it's a bibliography and get like another source before you form a lynch mob. Just saying.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right, babes.
Yeah.
From Rosewood, we go to summertime.
And I can't. I'm going to let you do it because again, I was really exhausted by that. By the time we were watching Summertime, so I missed some parts, parts of it.
I gotta be honest too. This is why we should have ended the movie night after Rosewood, because when we're watching Summertime, I'm watching it, but I'm also just trying to process Rosewood, so I'll do the best I can.
Okay.
And I'm also going to spoil this. The movie Summertime isn't that good. Like, in a thumbs up, thumbs down world, it maybe gets a mild thumbs up for me, but it's not a ringing endorsement. If somebody says I don't want to see it, I'm not going to press them on it. I'm probably never going to watch it again. But if you have an afternoon free and there's nothing else you want to watch,
right, watch that.
I could see watching it. But so here's a real quick recap of Summertime. It has Katharine Hepburn. This is the mid-50s. It starts off, she's on a train in Europe going to, do you remember the country?
She's going to Italy.
Italy. And she's taking all these pictures. She gets on a boat to go to where her hotel is. She meets a couple. I don't remember their names.
Oh, they're so annoying. Edith and I forgot the other guy's name.
The guy,
they're really annoying.
Yeah, the guy in the couple kind of reminds me of Warren Buffett for some reason. Could you see that?
No, I don't believe I've heard an interview with Warren Buffett.
There's an interesting documentary about it, but we'll get to Warren Buffett whenever we get to him in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. They're staying at the same hotel that she's staying in. And we quickly get the sense, what was Katharine Hepburn's character's name?
Jane Hudson.
Jane Hudson. We quickly kind of grow to understand that Jane doesn't have much of a social life. People invite her to go out, but she wants to explore the city on her own. Jane becomes friends with this little boy who's a homeless kid.
I think his name is Morrow.
Yeah.
Morrow.
He hangs out in front of the hotel. She calls him Cookie.
Yeah.
And there's one really weird scene where she's at a restaurant by herself and she's shaking her head side to side with this weird grin on her face.
And you're like, why is she...
I mean, she doesn't have headphones in her ears, so she's not listening to music.
No, she's just like shaking her head like that.
I mean, maybe she's thinking of Ray Charles and how he acts.
Oh. Well, Stevie Wonder does that too.
Stevie Wonder
does that too, but that's a part of his act.
Oh, I thought that was just a blindism.
I thought it was a part of his act. I don't know.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yes. But she meets a man who, to me, as a blind dude, kind of looks like an old Matt Lauer.
Mm-hmm.
He runs the store. She goes in there to buy something, a goblet. And the guy comes by her hotel. They slowly start to build a relationship.
Mm-hmm. His name is Ronaldo.
There's a lot of back and forth with Jane and Ronaldo.
Yes.
And honestly, she seems a little bit too nutty for Ronaldo, in my opinion.
And she, and I guess you mentioned that he was a married man.
But he doesn't live with his wife, okay? And when she finds out that he's married, he doesn't deny it. And he still says that I want to spend time with you. So I get the sense that him and his wife are allowed to see other people.
Mm-hmm.
They have this beautiful affair. She decides to go earlier than expected because she's falling in love with Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
The kid comes to the train station to say goodbye to her. She gets on the train. Ronaldo runs after it. She waves at him, and that's when the movie ends.
Yeah. So he never gets on the train and sees her again.
Yeah.
I was worried that he was going to get run over by the train.
Oh.
Yeah. You want to stay out of the way when it's coming.
In some ways, watching this, I feel like this was Katharine Hepburn's excuse to spend a summer over in Europe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I feel like the script could have been a little bit more developed.
Mm-hmm.
I like the interplay with the American couple who are sightseeing.
They're so annoying.
Because they're in a couple different parts of the movie.
Yes.
They're annoying, but in a fun way.
Yeah, they are.
I kind of liked Ronaldo's character.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the little boy, but I thought there was a scene where she was a little bit too mean, where she was upset with him from taking money for this couple.
Oh.
When the kid's trying to just survive on the street.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that part. Yeah.
And that's why it's just okay to me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So I think it was okay. I mean, yeah, I think it was just okay. It wasn't her best movie.
No.
The little boy, you didn't see him with grown-ups, though.
No, he says that he's homeless.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed that part because I was tired.
I mean, I think he phrased it like he lives on the street.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it was not our best picture.
No.
No.
But with Rosewood, it was still a winning movie night, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think maybe yesterday would have been one of those nights where we only watched that one because...
Well, if we had gotten back earlier, we would have watched Summertime and then Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wanted both of us to be awake for Rosewood. Because I didn't think it was going to be that good, but I did think it was going to be pretty good.
I didn't think it was going to be that good, and I just was thinking it was going to be like this gigantic tragedy, and it was.
It was, but there was some humor in it.
But there was some humor too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't all bad, and there were some happy things in there too. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't all, crying and destruction.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
So.
Very good there, Jaylo.
Yes.
Yes. Real quick, babes. Are there any self-love exercises you plan on doing in the next couple of days?
No, I mean, this is going to be a big week because it's the last week of my term with the classes I'm taking.
Yeah.
And it's going to end with a very good lunch, which I will be doing part of the cooking, which is going to be good. I think.
Nice.
So I'm gonna have a busy week.
Good.
Even though Friday is gonna be the last day of the week, and then next week I have a really nice day off, nice week off.
Yes.
Which is gonna be great.
Yes.
It's gonna be good to have that rest.
Very good there, Jaylo.
Which reminds me, we have a concert next week.
Next week, not this week, but the following week, yes.
The following week, yes.
I'm excited about that, babes.
Yes.
Yes.
We have a concert in a couple weeks.
I'm excited.
I am too.
Yes. I thought you were older than that.
What?
You said I am too.
Oh my goodness. No bad jokey.
Okay.
No jokey.
Well, good, babes.
It was very good.
Yes. Did you have any dreams?
I thought I did, but I do not remember. I was so tired yesterday. Yeah. We had such a fun day. But I was just tired. I mean, by the time I hit the pillow, it took me a while, but I was gone.
That's fair.
I was gone.
Yes.
Did you wake up at all?
Not in the middle of the night or anything, no. Yeah. When I woke up like a little bit before 7, and then you got up and, we ate some oranges.
Yes.
Yes. Very good there, Jaylo.
And I think I had to buy more because I'm running out of oranges.
Oh.
It's good. Those are so good. I love those tangerines.
Yep.
But no, it was fun. We had a great time yesterday. Oh, we got to mention, on a lighter note.
Go ahead.
We got to mention what happened on the way back home.
I thought we talked about that yesterday.
No.
But I guess we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Okay, so there's somebody that I knew back in the day, not in person, but through Clubhouse. And Alana has seen her in real life before at various events and has always said, this boy can go and gank Bubs. She gets on the TriMet. What?
Bubs.
Go ahead.
Okay. We are in a van with, we dropped somebody off and we picked 2 women up, and I'm sitting there, you're sitting behind me, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, this girl sounds very familiar. And then I speak up and I say, hey, are you so-and-so? And she says, yes, I am. And I said, oh, hi, this is Alana. And she figures out that we were going to the same class. And then I meet her mother and we both realize that we did meet each other. And I had no idea that those 2 were related.
Yeah, I don't know why you had to speak up, because if you don't get along with this person, then...
Well, no, I mean, I never said I don't really know her very well.
Nice.
I think she can be a little intense, but I don't know her very well.
Well, good.
I doubt that we'll become besties.
Nice.
I highly doubt that we'll become besties. I think it's going to be one of those relationships, I think it's going to be one of those things that we're just civil towards each other.
Sounds good there, Jaylo.
Yes.
Yes. Well, babes, I don't know what else to say about that. I'm glad you have a new intense friend.
Well, all I have to say is that I don't know that you have to go into my transportation choices.
Okay.
Okay.
I may have lied about that.
Shouldn't have said it in the first place.
Well, I can edit it, but I probably won't.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so that was kind of a something interesting that happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, babes.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
All right, so maybe we should wrap it up.
Do you talk like that? Really?
Maybe we should wrap it up.
Stop it! Okay, it's even worse. First it's Razib, and now it's this.
Oh my goodness. Maybe that's a good name for the podcast episode.
Razib?
First it's Razib, and now it's this.
That is a funny name.
Thank you. All right, babes. Unless there's anything else you want to say, let's wrap it up.
No.
All right. No, not wrap it up, or no, there's not anything.
No, there's nothing I have to say.
All right, babes. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.